Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about quickly is just about getting organized. So it's something that Jackie, Crystal, Jenna, and I have really been talking about a lot lately. And I think that getting yourself organized is really going to help you because for me, like I knew the things that I wanted to get done, but I was very scatterbrained. Like now that I kind of have things more organized, written down, and like I have my agenda, I feel like now I kind of have like a better sense of what I want to get done when I want to do it. So I think that if you can have yourself like a schedule and really know what you want to do, that'll help you a lot. So like for me, like this whole posting thing now, so like my social media, whenever I post, like I said, I post and then I add like at least a minimum of like 30 people and I'll go in and I'll add people and whatever. And then once I'm done adding people, I'll go in and I'll like their photos and whatnot. But I'll only give myself like half an hour to do that. And then once I'm done that, I'm done. Like I regardless if I reach my 30 mark, my 30 people mark or not, like I'll just move on and do the next thing that I have planned for my day. Because sometimes we get lost in it and we're just sitting there forever and scrolling through and liking things, and then you look at the time and like 2 hours went by. So just really set yourself like a schedule where like you're only gonna commit to half an hour after you've made your post to do that or whatever it is. And then keep your agenda and like just go through it all the time, like all your appointments, write them down. Um, Break down your day and like what you want to do for your day, how much time you're going to spend doing the things that you have going on in your day. And I think that that will really help. I know Jenna has been working on that a lot also lately, and I want to pass it over to her for a little bit and let her talk about what she's been doing and get some tips and tricks from her. I know Sophia's there, and so
I wasn't sure. I'm like, did you say Jenna? Yes, it's fine. Give me just a second. Sorry.
no, that's okay.
She got her shots today, so she's frumpy.
It's okay. Get it. We're moms, so most of us.
Can I say one more thing about the social media that just popped into my head, and I'm not sure if you covered it. Just it's all about interacting, really. Like people will say you need thousands of followers to get hits, and that's not true. I just broke the 1,000 follower mark, and I'm like, I'm past 1,000. Like it's super exciting, but I was getting people when I only had a few hundred followers, and it's because you have to like and comment on people's stuff, like day in and day out, and really like ask them about themselves and show an interest in their lives. And when you do that, they're going to show an interest in yours. So, I mean, think of it as making a friend. No one's going to want to be your friend if you're just like a one-way conversation. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm sharing. And you're not looking at what they're sharing and giving them feedback. So John Eric says, make it a rule of thumb, like everything you post, you should be liking and commenting at least 20 to 30 times on other people's stuff. That's all.
No, it's true, especially on like on both Instagram and Facebook, not just one or the other, right? So like on Facebook, I'm starting to learn more too about like the algorithms and things on Facebook. So the more that you're getting interactive with people on Facebook, the more that it's showing up on those people's feeds. So people that you're friends with and people who are active on Facebook, if you're not really interacting with them, you haven't interacted with them in a long time, like you may not pop up on their feed or their friends' feeds because you're not being interactive and liking and commenting on certain things. So definitely stay interactive, comment on as many things that you can, and like as many photos as you can, and just be real with people. Like really show them that you're interested or you're really liking what you're reading or what you're seeing or whatever. Jen, are you good to go now, or do you want me to come back to you? No?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were saying me. Sorry.
No, that's okay. She's still saying, we can come.
No, I'm good. She's
okay.
just crazy. So you wanted me to talk about organization?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do, and I've actually been getting in a really big or good routine, and I use Latergram. So Latergram, I schedule all my posts every night. So like after we hang up, I'll do that. I try to schedule 10 posts per day. I have about, I do a mix between before and afters and like inspirational, like motivational kinds of things. And then throughout my day, I'll post pictures of Sophia. So I do that hour and a half, starting at 8, ending like at 8 p.m. because you don't want to post too late since, you know, I'm just going to turn the video off. Okay, there. I'm just turning the video off. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah. So what I do is, that's way better. So I set my post the day before, so they're all set, ready to go on Latergram. Then every time I get a notification it says, you know, your post is ready to post, and all I have to do is unlock my phone and it pops up and I just press post. Every time I get that, so I post it, I'm good. I go through my feed, I start liking and commenting. I just comment little things. I just say cute, you know, how beautiful, your kids are adorable, just like things like, oh, your baby, or, you know, whatever it is. I'm liking. I do that for a couple minutes. Then I go and I use the app Crowdfire, and I follow 100 people. It allows you to follow 100 people every hour, and you can follow them really quickly using that app, like quick. You just click. So by the time I've posted, interacted, and then followed 100 people, it's been like, I don't know, 5 minutes. And then I do that every hour to hour and a half. And it's really helping me. And then what I'll also do, so I'll do that 1 hour all day, you know, and then the next day, instead of following people, I unfollow people who don't follow me back, which Crowdfire will say, these are the people these are the people who you're following that don't follow you back, which there's no need for you to follow them. So I just unfollow. I'm not really picky about who I follow. I guess now that I'm saying it out loud, it's probably not good with building relationships. But it just seems to work for me that I can't help but notice the more I do this, the more people kind of come to me. So I think it's great to build relationships and start commenting and doing all that, which I do. But I follow so many people in and out that I don't get to know people too personally. Is how much I post, how much I hashtag, how much I do everything. I have people coming to me all the time, which is good. So that's kind of how I do it. Then once they DM me or comment on my picture, I'll just say, check your direct message. Then I get their phone number, and then I start texting them that way. And I write their name in my little planner that Jackie bought me and I love. Oh my gosh, you started the video, babe. That Jackie bought me and I love. I just write their name and I make sure I follow up with them in like 3 days, and then I continue. If they tell me, oh, I get paid on Friday or whatever, I write their name on that day. And every day I have a list of like 10 people to follow up with, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it was her double diamond gift, part of it. So who wants an awesome passion planner as a gift?
Oh my God, I was looking. Where do you get them? Because I wanted to buy a couple girls
online. It's called Passion Planner. Just Google it.
Oh, I was like, I can't find them at Target. I went to Barnes & Noble. I guess I could have just Googled Passion Planner. I didn't think. I thought
it's special because it talks all about your passion and your goals, and it's a lot different than a normal planner. So just go double diamond, and I will send you a passion planner. Is that fair?
Love it.
Awesome.
I love it. I went to Walmart and I got myself one from there, and like, actually, I didn't even get it. Chris got it for me, so like, I have to love it, but I don't really love it. But it's doing the job for now. So, but I love that. I love that whole idea where like, you keep yourself organized by using this agenda. So like, if you're talking to somebody today and they show an interest, so actually, what I've done, and I should probably get myself to do one agenda, but I have one where it's like, I make a list, so it's kind of like my 100 list, but it's in a notebook kind of form. So I'm always writing people down like all the time, and then as soon as they tell me like, you know, that they've shown interest in wanting to buy the product, or they don't have the money right now or whatever, that's when I'm writing them in my agenda. But I'm keeping every single person who's like liking all my stuff and whatever on one list, and then putting them into my agenda, kind of going by the conversations that we're having, so I know like when to follow up with them. And I think that's a really good thing, because then the days go by, and when you look at your calendar, it's like, okay, today I have this and this and this person to follow up with, and that's kind of helping you track of what you're doing, instead of like being scattered throughout the day and like talking to a few people about this today, talking to a few people about that later, and then going back and doing what you were doing earlier. It's like, if you can just commit yourself to doing what your agenda is saying, then you're going to keep yourself more organized and like in line that way. I think there's a message in the chat.
And one thing you can do too, if you have people who are on your list who haven't yet joined, is those are the people who you need to be messaging about the online parties and asking them if they'd like to attend for more information or to possibly win free product. That's been absolutely huge for me, like turning people from just liking a photo to being like, and it was like a hair, skin, nails before and after. It had nothing to do with being a distributor. She just liked the hair in the photo, and then she got so excited from the online party that she turned out to be a distributor. So it's huge. So make sure that you're not missing out on that opportunity.
Definitely. There's a message in the chat from Patricia saying that her new distributor who just signed up yesterday, actually not even 24 hours in the business, and she already got herself an agenda. That's amazing. I haven't met you yet, but I definitely look forward to it. That's awesome.
Oh my God, guess what?
What?
I'm so excited. So I messaged this girl who lives in Toronto and works in Brampton, and I was talking to her a few weeks ago, and I invited her to the last wrap party. And she said, she just messaged me saying that she couldn't attend the last wrap party, but she said that her friend who's a teacher was interested in the wraps. So I said, she wants to know how much it is. So I told her, and then I was like, well, if you want, since she works in Brampton, if she wants to meet up for me to wrap her, then we can arrange something if you want to too. So she was asking more questions, and I feel like she's.
That's awesome. So can I just give everybody a little intro about you? So any of you that don't know Christina, this girl is a firecracker. She's only 19. Can we all just take that in for 1 minute? She's 19 years old, and she is on the calls all the time, working her business, posting every single day, adding tons of people every single day. Like, that to me is inspiring. So you're awesome. Realize that. Remember that. And keep doing what you're doing, because you need to know that. I wanted to just give you like minutes of recognition because you're awesome. You're a little firecracker.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So apparently we look alike. Christina, we can go out in public and we can tell people we're related. I'm going to ask if we were sisters. That's awesome.
So funny.
That's awesome. There was something that I wanted to say and I completely forgot. Does anybody have anything that they want to add or have a question about?
I want to add something.
Oh, go.
So, of course, I forgot to say, when you're doing your Instagram posts, I think it's really good if you add them to Facebook. I used to not do it too much, and now I just do it. And don't ever feel like you're posting too much, because if somebody doesn't like it, they'll unfollow you. Honestly, don't ever, even like my dad and my family would be like, I'm going to block you if you don't stop with it. It works. And I was like, I don't care. Like, so I think you should always post to Facebook. And I was going to say one other thing that you had said about the list. I also do the same thing. I also do the same thing that Layla does. I just started it November 1st, so 3 days. And every day at the end of the day, I sit down, and it takes me about 15 minutes, and I write down every single lead somebody that commented, somebody I met in the store, however I met them, I write it. I just write their name, how I met them, if they're a loyal potential distributor. And I think that way is going to really work for me because when I'm going through to invite to the online parties, I can just go down my list, and then I have like a spreadsheet where it says their Facebook and their Instagram and their phone number. And so I can text them, Facebook them, whatever. And just on November 3rd, it's been 3 days. I haven't sat down to do it today, but from the 1st and 2nd, I have like 30 people on that list already, which I would have not remembered. There's no way I would have remembered those people. So people that inbox me, comment on my Facebook. I met one girl in the store, just everything like that. So I think keeping a list and keeping organized is really important.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so true. I used to be like that too, like with anything, like even appointments, like with the girls on my team, like they'd be like, oh, can we get together on this day? I have a potential distributor, can we meet with her on that day? Like I would always be like, yeah, and I would kind of try to make notes in my phone And even Chris would always tell me, like, you have your phone, you use your calendar in your phone, but like I'm a very visual person, and like there's only so much you can put in your phone. So if I can have an actual book in front of me that I can just take with me everywhere, and I can like see it and it's in my face and I can use it. To me, anyways, it works better. Like for some people, they might just be like an agenda for what? That's just an extra thing to carry around. I'll use my phone, and like, that's cool if you can use it. But like for me personally, like if I can write everything down, that's Jake. Yeah, Jake seems like he would. Are you saying that that's how Jake is?
No, I'm saying look at my calendar.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at like that.
On my wall. I'm very visual too. And then I wake up and I'm like, okay, I've got this person and this person said they're going to be a loyal customer today. So now I know I have to get in touch with them today. I've got a power hour today. I've got, online party tomorrow. I've got everything written up there. So that keeps me organized.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's even those kinds of things are things that we should be writing in our agendas. Like mine, like every time that we have a team call, I write that down. Every time we have an online party, I have that written down. Like my schedule is pretty much full for the month already. So like every little thing that you have going on for the day that you know is going to be happening on those days, write them down. So that when you have new things that want to come up, you know that like, okay, I forgot that I have that team call at 9 o'clock, or I forgot that I had this coming up at that time. Like literally write everything down, because things happen and like it slips your mind, and like obviously it's not intentional sometimes, but it happens. So write everything down. And I know this is kind of off topic, but like I was just thinking about this from when we were talking about building reports with people on Instagram. So this is something that I started with my team. I know Jackie's a part of it, but if anybody has like wants to start this within their own teams, I think it's a really good idea. So for me and our team, we started a page that's open to anybody who wants to either learn more about anything. So like with Worldwide Wraps, anybody who wants to join the team. So it's kind of like a Worldwide Wraps page, but like think of it for like a loyal customer kind of thing. But like anybody can be welcome in it. So any existing loyal customers can be in it. I think Jenna actually suggested this a while back, and I kind of got the idea from her like months ago. And just adding anybody to this page. So if I ever come across anybody on Instagram who's interested in anything, and they've shown me some kind of interest, or I go back to follow up with them, and then now they're kind of hesitant to respond to me for whatever reason, I'll just be like, hey, so even though they didn't answer to my last like 4 messages, I'm going to message them with a different approach this time to be like, hey, so would it be cool if I added you to a page where there's people from all over who are using products, and you'd be able to ask questions, you'd be able to get some feedback, and you can use some results for yourself to see if it's something that would suit you or whatnot. And most people are open to that, and then you can add them to that page, and then the bigger that page becomes, the more questions that get asked, the quicker the responses are going to be. So someone who comes into the page and they're like interested in a facial wrap, they can just quickly jump on there and be like, hey, so anybody have a result for before and after on a facial wrap after like 3 wraps? And then somebody can quickly send them a before and after picture, and then now they're kind of, they're getting more information so that they can make that decision. So I think this page has been working really well. What we've been doing is anytime that we're adding someone in, we're welcoming them to the page so that they feel welcome, they're getting that warm welcome, and they're feeling more comfortable to interact with people on the page. So that's another way that can help you to do your follow-ups with people, so that you're not just feeling like you're being so repetitive. Like, hey, are you gonna end up doing that today? Are you gonna end up whatever it is that you're saying to your people? So if you can kind of have a different approach, it's just an idea that you can use that I find that's been working for me with my team, and you can do it within your team as well. I just wanted to quickly put that out there. So if anybody wanted to try that out, you can do that. So
I think it's an awesome idea, and I love it. I think I'm going to create my loyal customers and my prospective loyal customers and just manage it all, just keep it all just for my own customers. And I think maybe each distributor should do their own, or a small group, because then you can know like everyone who's in there isn't going to end up in the wrong spot. They're going to end up signing with you if they're your prospect. And also too, like you can do contests and things in there to encourage your loyal customers to share their testimonies or their photos. You can, say like everyone who gives their testimony will be entered in a monthly draw.
And not only that,
Really.
it's really good for your new customers and also for your existing customers for them to learn more about other products that they didn't even know about, right? Because if you have somebody who joins and they're only doing wraps and then they're seeing other people post or ask questions about like skincare line, now it's opening up a whole new window. And if they're no longer doing auto ship, then they might start on an auto ship for a new product because now they're interested, and that once they try it, they're going to fall in love with skincare process. So that's another good thing to keep your customers involved. And like you said, like the whole contest thing, I think that's a really great idea.
I know Shannon page versus a group, and she did a group, so she's doing something very similar for her prospects. And honestly, I think the group is better because if they click join in that group, then they're going to get notified when you post in the group. If they click like on a business page, chances are those posts are not getting into many people's news feeds at all because of the Facebook algorithms and the way that they've changed. Facebook is wanting to make money off of it now. So if you don't put, paid, like boosted advertisement, boosted post, there's really a very small chance people are going to see it. So if you have a group, then they're guaranteed to see it a lot more. So that's why I think the group's a much better idea than the business fan page or whatever it is.
Well, that's pretty much all that I really had that I wanted to talk about today. If anybody else has anything that they want to talk about quickly or any questions, you can ask now while we're all here. But that pretty much covers what I had. Yeah?
So when I started my page, I was like, oh, well, give it a try. I don't know. I totally meant to make a page, not a group. So I flubbed it. But now I'm glad I did, though, because Jackie's right. Like, the people that I have on it, like I have over 400 people on mine, and it does. They get notifications every time, and I have the same people that I know that are with them. They always message me. But I don't know if any of you guys do this, but I do a draw every month, and it's not even necessarily for a wrap. It's whatever I feel like doing or I can afford. And I do ballots for every like, every comment, every share. And I don't just do it for my business group. I do it for my personal page too. And it just gets more interest. I don't know. I had a couple people from the page message me and be like, oh my goodness, because my first month, I think I had like 90 ballots or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea because you're not only, like you said, like you're not just doing it with wrap. If you can do it with other products, you're showing people that we're not just about wraps, because most people think that. Most people think we're just about wraps. They don't know about skincare and they don't know about greens and all that great stuff. So if you can have somebody come in and be interested in the wraps, and then guess what? Now you've won the green sample or whatever your contest is. They're going to try that and they're going to like it and they're going to want to learn more about it. So I think that's a really, really good idea. That's awesome.
And I even got to the point where I was like, what am I going to do? So I've even done, there's a file about following up with people that enter your draws at like expos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who it was that submitted it, but they said that they do, instead of whoever doesn't win the wrap, they still call everybody and say, hey, you want a discounted appointment.
Yeah, that was Crystal. Mm-hmm.
Pardon?
That was Crystal. She does that. Yeah.
I also, what I do is I tag that onto whatever the prize is too. And I'm like, hey, so you want an appointment. And then I even say, and if you invite any of your friends and family to come over during your appointment, they can get the discounted price just then as well.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's actually a really good idea.
What?
That's a really good idea. Can you make up like a file and share that in the World Wide Wraps page? I think that's a really good idea.
When I figure
like when you're saying
easy
people,
to files and just upload a Word doc, or it says like create a doc and just start typing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Like what you were saying about when you're following up with people and saying like, if you bring your friends and they can get the discounted price too, like all that you just said, I think that's a really great thing. You should post that for sure. But for any of you who don't really
We're having awesome turnout parties. We're having like 200 people turn out to the online parties a week. So, I mean, definitely if we can close all those people, that is going to create a huge momentum for all of us. So really, I'm doing after parties now. So after the party, it's the after party, and it's just for distributors, and we're going to jump on Zoom, and we're going to just follow up. I know I did one last week. Only a few of you were able to make it, but I shared my screen, and I showed you guys, oh, look what like I'm sending to people. So-and-so wants to sign up. This is how I'm answering their questions. And we can all do that. We can all follow up together and give each other tips on how to do the follow-ups to get people signed up. And then we can talk about definitely getting back in touch with those people the next day and saying, hey, you've got a chance to get 3 more draw entries. I'm just compiling the draw entries now. Do you want for signing up, or 2 more entries for hosting a party? And just like, you know, use that, getting them to the party is an amazing start, but the fortune is in the follow-up. And then, you know, when we announce the draw a few days later, hey, just getting back in touch with you to let you know, not sure if you saw, the draw's been done. You weren't the winner this time. However, you can still get a discounted wrap, etc., just like we were talking.
Yeah, no, that's a great tip. Has anybody tried using that tip, and have you had like a great success story that you want to share? What do you have going in the chat here? No.
All right, you guys can share next week because we're all going to be using that tip this week after the party. So don't forget that you're in inviting mode because the party's coming up. So make sure you're getting those invites out and reminding everybody 15 minutes before the party that it's about to start, and reminding them all to check in.
Yeah, and just be excited. Like, everybody needs to just be excited, have fun, show people how excited you are, how much you really love this. Like, this has been the best decision that I've made, like, really, for my family, like, in all aspects of my life. And I'm just trying to show people that any way that I can, really. I've learned so much. I've grown so much, not only as a leader, as a mother, as a partner, just my whole mindset, because now I'm opening up my mind. I'm looking outside the box. Like, and that comes from the personal development that I've been doing, that, you know, my mentor has been helping me with, and my upline, my Crystal, Jackie. And it's just a really good thing for you to do, to be able to apply it into your life. Like, when people are telling you to do personal development or any kind of thing, like, it's just helping you it's something that you can apply to your entire life. So showing people how much you're enjoying what you're doing, or how passionate you are for it, it's really going to help. And so that's something that I really wanted to stress to you all today, because I've been finding, like, this is really my passion. Like, it really is. I used to be an esthetician, and I kind of enjoyed it, but I didn't really see myself waxing certain areas for the rest of my life, and that's not something that I personally like doing. Mind you, I'll do it for family and friends, but it's just only for certain people. But I always knew that I liked helping people to look good and to feel good, and like, I found that in just a different way, and I'm able to help people dream and rethink their goals and help them get there. And so that's the passion that I have. So really figure out what it is that you're doing this for, or why you're doing this, and just show that through everything, through your work, through everything that you're doing. And I'm sure you'll get to where you want to be at. But if nobody has any other questions, I think that's pretty much it for today.
I have just one quick one.
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to know, certain people's outlining your profile on Instagram, public or private? Because if it's on private and you're hashtagging, only people that are following you can view your hashtags, not people outside of your following list.
Yeah.
What's the view? Like, how do, like, you know, yourself, Layla, Jackie, Jenna, like, how do you feel about keeping it either public or privatized?
Jackie, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Okay, if you're using hashtags, and you're private, there's no point. So don't even do them if you're private. I'm public. I've had a lot of people find me through hashtags I've used and become customers or distributors. So mine's public. That's just my personal take on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have like different views on this. Like me personally, I'm the same way as Jackie. I had mine open. I went through a little point where I had mine private, and I felt like if I had it private, when I'm adding all these new people, they're gonna follow me back, and they're like they have no choice kind of to follow me back because they want to know who I am. And so that was my like strategy behind that. But then, like you're saying, like if you leave it open, you're gonna have more people who can find you. And so for me, I have mine open. I just think that for me personally, I think that it's better to have it that way. And then if you ever have anybody who you don't know who's a random distributor, like we were talking about before, you can just block them so that they can't come onto your account and try to like take whatever or do whatever. So there's ways of kind of working around things. So if that's what you're afraid of, having people come onto you and like taking things from you, block them. If they like or try to follow you on, or if they like anything that you posted or try to follow you. That's my opinion.
I have a quick tip too on that. If you're worried, so I'm public for the same reasons Jackie and Layla said. If you're worried about people stealing your leads, which is I'm thinking the only reason you would want to be private, what I do on Instagram is when somebody comments, I message them right away and I just screenshot it so I remember that person comment. That way nobody sees it. And then on Facebook, very similar, there's an option where you can hide their comment, and I'll just hide their comment. That way nobody sees it, and you don't have to worry about anybody stealing your leads. That person obviously knows they contacted you. You have them screenshotted, written down, message, whatever. Some way, whatever works for you so that you remember that they were interested, and then it's fine.
Does that help, Patricia?
Yeah, that does. That actually helps. Actually, I didn't even think about screenshotting their comment and deleting it. That's not something that crossed my mind, but yeah, that veers me more to putting it public and just watching who follows and blocking if I need to. And no, that works. Thank you.
You're welcome. There was one more comment that was here. Thanks for love. I just figured out how. That's awesome. I can't wait to meet you, Carolina. So far, what you're doing is awesome. You're on a call already, like within 24 hours, so you should be really proud of yourself for doing that, for sure.
I think she left already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let her know that that's awesome. And Cassandra's sending good vibes to all. That's awesome. Like I said in the beginning when I started this call, you guys should all feel great about being on these calls. Like I commend you. I congratulate you. It's really important to, you know, we have our uplines, we have our downlines, but it's not always just about your upline or your downline. Like you can reach out to even your sidelines, like anywhere that you can get the help and the guidance, like that is awesome. So get your teams on these calls, try to make relationships with as many people as you can, and you're gonna grow your business. And I can't wait to hear your success story.
All right. Thanks, Layla. That was an awesome call.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye, thanks.
Thank you.